But
Shanti ma'am, you can start. It is just theory that you're talking, no? So students will join in the meanwhile.
Yeah, ma'am. But you have disabled my screen sharing. Okay, so I hope you understood what exactly this classification, where this classification, yes or no kind of things, or you may say that certain range, like medium, high, low. So all these are comes under the classification models. So sometimes you may say medium, low, high, certain ranges also you may say. So all these things comes under classification models, where you can apply classification models. So coming to the unsupervised learning, so I hope it's clear, right? And the applications are credit card fraud detection, and what we'll call whether to invest into a particular share market or not. So invest, whether you need to invest or not. So that can be yes or no kind of thing. Whether to buy a house or not, student admissions, universities, all these things, anomaly detection, spam detection, all this thing comes under your classification. Coming to the second point under supervised learning is regression. So regression is when you are studying about regression, it is applied on continuous variable. So if the data column or the last target column is in terms of continuous. So in some textbooks, they have given that continuously it is an increasing mode. No, it is not continuously increasing mode, continuously changing. Whether it is increasing or it can be decreasing. Now, when you are taking a stock market or a share market, so you cannot say that continuously it will increase. No, someday it may be increase, some other day it may come down. So it is like moving here and there. So continuously.
Ma'am, I made you host.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so continuously it changes. Okay, so that is what your unsupervised learning. Sorry, regression. So regression is in terms of like the values, whatever you have in your target variable, that continuously changes. Okay, so where you can apply regression. Now when you are taking performance metrics, so even that is also one kind of question even I asked. How what are the performance metrics for classification and what are the performance metrics for regression? Any model performance metrics should be there. Even for student, you have performance metrics. That is what your examinations and your results. Okay, your examination and your results are your performance metrics. Your exams are performance metrics. Okay. In the same way, every model should have performance metrics. Yeah, root mean square for what? The classification or regression? One student has given good answer. So root mean square for what? So for classification, you may say that you have accuracy, F1 score, recall, precision, all these things comes under classification. All these things comes under classification. Classification performance metrics are, what are they? Accuracy, F1 score, recall and precision. Whereas for regression, what you said, it is correct. Mean squared error MSE, root mean squared error RMSE, normalized root mean squared error NRMSE. So generally in regression, no, we have time based. timestamp, or you may say time-based, time series data sets all comes under regression. You may call even gold rates, silver rates, along with the time, date, everything you'll be getting. Stock market with the date you'll be getting. All time series data sets are comes under regression. And always the target value is some value which is always changing here and there. At least 0.001 value gets changes in the result. So that is what your regression. I hope it is clear what exactly classification, what exactly regression. And regression is your advertising, popularity predictions, weather forecasting. Weather forecasting means you should not say that tomorrow it will rain or not. No, it's temperature, your weather. So what will be the temperature? How much rainfall will come? The number. Okay, continuous changed values will be there in the target column. Market forecasting, estimating life expectancy, population growth predictions, all these are the examples for your regression. And coming to unsupervised learning, so I don't want to spend much time on theoretical explanation. I'll just brief out unsupervised and reinforcement learning, and straight away we'll go for your first program. Okay, so unsupervised learning, now the three definitions what we were discussed in supervised learning, now we'll connect those three definitions to your unsupervised learning. The first thing here, we have a supervisor to supervise the model or the process. That is what we have discussed in terms of supervised learning. Now the same definition I'm connecting to unsupervised learning. We don't have any supervisor here to supervise the process. That is the first definition. Second definition what we have discussed over there is it's a labeled data. Everything is organized. But when you are taking unsupervised learning, we don't have any label data, completely raw data. So in unsupervised learning, we have complete raw data. We don't have any label. Like when you are going for a Raitu Bazaar to buy the vegetables, so we need to carry a bag and all the vegetables they started pouring into your bag. So everything is mixed up. Okay. So that is what you are unsupervised learning. The data what you are taking is completely raw. And the third one is we know what exactly X and what exactly Y in the supervised learning, whereas here to predict your X and Y is impossible. Because you don't know what is your target column, you don't know what will be the input, you don't know. Because of that, here the models under supervised learning is clustering. So you cannot assign, you cannot organize the data and like you have in your supervised learning. Generally, people compare supervised and unsupervised, but these two are completely different because clustering, here you are applying clustering. Clustering means what? You don't know how to arrange the data into a particular format. So then what happened? You are taking certain patterns and features and you started matching them. When I poured all the vegetables in front of like a small kid who is like below 3 years or 2.5, 3 years kid, and I asked him to arrange the vegetables. What he started, either he may take a color, all red colors in a particular group, all black colors or green color in a group, all like that. He is taking either shape or size or the color as the pattern and started grouping the things. That is what you are clustering. Grouping is nothing but clustering. So you don't know how to take input and how to take output, what can be an input, so how to arrange the data. So that is quite impossible in terms of supervised learning. In supervised learning, what you are doing, you are arranging them into a groups based on certain pattern matchings, feature matchings. You are taking certain features. What can be the feature according to the scenario or situation? You can choose the features and you started mapping the things. Okay, that is what clustering. You are applying here clustering. There it is labeled data, so you are applying on the models. What kind of models? Maybe classification models and regression models. Here, you don't know what exactly X and Y, what you are doing. So you need to arrange, you need to make them a clusters, and because when the new data comes in, which cluster you need to send. For that, you have k-means clustering, hierarchical clustering, agglomerative clusterings. A lot of clustering algorithms are there. I don't want to dive into your complete ML models, but that is what the purpose of clustering. And this clustering is applied on recommender systems, targeted marketing, and customer segmentation. And this next topic comes under unsupervised learning is dimensionality reduction. Now the data columns, if the data size is huge, what you need to do? You need to reduce the columns, or you need to reduce the rows. In what way? Means again you have certain concepts called principal component analysis and linear discriminant analysis. Certain concepts we are applying those concepts to reduce the size of the data set. Okay, certain mathematical formulas we have, but in terms of Python we don't require all those things. Straight away by using a small syntax, that entire thing can be done. Okay, so you are reducing the bigger data, you are reducing into a smaller one, and you are applying wherever it is required. So this can be applied on big data visualization, meaningful compression, structured discovery, feature elicitations. All these are the examples or the applications of dimensionality reduction. So students, is it clear? Supervised learning, unsupervised learning, or any doubts you can ask? Is it clear, students? Am I going fast? You can ask. I can revise it quickly because only 13 minutes over in 45 minutes. It's clear. Anyone? Yes, thank you. Coming to reinforcement learning. So name itself indicating reinforcing. So 3 different learning methods are 3 different strategies. You cannot combine these 3. So reinforcing. What you are reinforcing here means, to make you to understand this, I just want to take a small example, and that example I'll connect to your reinforcement learning. So everyone can understand Telugu, right? Sometimes I can use Telugu. Is it okay? Or anyone who doesn't know Telugu? I won't use much, but to explain certain examples, somewhere else I need to use Telugu. Okay, in our childhood, maybe we can't remember all those things, but you can see the small kids when they started walking, like they are కొంచెం చిన్నగా నడవడం స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు కదా. చిన్న పిల్లలు ఎలా స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారు నడవడం? సో దే మే టేక్ ది సపోర్ట్ ఆఫ్ చైర్స్. సో చైర్ ని పట్టుకొని మెల్లిగా లెగాలని చూస్తారు కదా. సో అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? చైర్ విల్ మూవ్ సమ్వేర్ అండ్ ఇమీడియట్లీ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్? దే స్టార్టెడ్ ఫెల్ డౌన్. ఓహో, నేను చైర్ని పట్టుకుంటే పడిపోతున్నాను కదా, సో నేను చైర్ని పట్టుకోకూడదు. ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది? హీఈస్ లెర్నింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్. ఓకే, హీఈస్ లెర్నింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్. నేను ఈ చైర్ని పట్టుకుంటే పడిపోతున్నాను, సో ఐ షుడ్ నాట్ టేక్ ది సపోర్ట్ ఆఫ్ చైర్, రాదర్ దాన్ ఐ కెన్ టేక్ ది సపోర్ట్ ఆఫ్ మై మామ్స్. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తారంటే వాళ్ళ మదర్, వాళ్ళ ఫాదర్ వాళ్ళ శారీ పట్టుకొని, కొంగు పట్టుకొని లెగుస్తూ మెల్లిగా నిల్చుంటారు. బట్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్? ఎప్పుడైతే మదర్ ఒక అడుగు ముందుకు వేస్తుందో మళ్ళీ వాడు పడిపోతుంది. సో అగైన్ హీ ఫెయిల్డ్. ఓ చైరే కాదు, ఐ షుడ్ నాట్ టేక్ ది సపోర్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఈవెన్ ద మూవబుల్ ఆర్టికల్స్ ఆర్ మూవబుల్ థింగ్స్. ఓహో, నేను చైర్ని పట్టుకున్నా పడిపోయాను, మదర్ని పట్టుకున్నా పడిపోయాను, సో ఐ షుడ్ నాట్ టేక్ ది సపోర్ట్. సో దెన్ వాట్ హీ స్టార్టెడ్? సో మెల్లిగా స్లోగా వాల్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్తాడు, బికాస్ వాల్ ఈస్ ఇమ్మూవబుల్. సో వాల్ సపోర్ట్ తీసుకుని వాడు ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు? మెల్లిగా హీ స్టార్టెడ్ స్టాండింగ్, దెన్ హీ స్టార్టెడ్ వాకింగ్. అక్కడ వాకింగ్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేశాక ఏం చేస్తున్నాడు? దెన్ వితౌట్ సపోర్ట్ హీ స్టార్టెడ్ వాకింగ్. సో ఇక్కడ ఏంటి? సో ఎవ్రీ టైమ్ హీఈస్ లెర్నింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్. సో whenever he got certain whenever he failed in the task applying, or ఎప్పుడైతే వాడు ఫెయిల్ అవుతున్నాడు ఆ టాస్క్ అప్లికేషన్ లో, వాట్ హ్యాపెన్? he is learning from there and started reapplying his knowledge, whatever he learned from the failure, and improving his performance. So environment takes a major role in the reinforcement. So every time he is reinforcing whatever he learned, he is reinforcing into the task. That is what your reinforcement learning. It's because reinforcement learning itself are bigger chapters and having many algorithms, many models, Q learning, all those learnings are comes under your reinforcement learning. I don't want to dig into that. Okay. It takes a lot of time again. So that is what reinforcement learning. So every time he is reinforcement, he is learning from the environment. Reinforcement learning is such a very good concept. It is applying on gaming environments. So whatever the games today you have, all those are all AI based gaming environments or gaming applications are following reinforcement learnings. So purely reinforcement learning is applicable in the real in gaming areas or gaming applications. So due to which here we have game AI, skill acquisition, then learning task, robot navigation, real-time decisions, all are based on your reinforcement learning. It is very like fantastic concept in the machine learning. The only thing is you need to understand the reinforcement learnings. Many algorithms are there. Um, I hope this is what your reinforcement learning, your supervisor learning, and your unsupervised learning. I think theory is enough. I
Shanti ma'am,
felt bored.
theory, maybe you can start the program.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So theoretical part is done. I don't want to go again into theory. I think basic theory part is done. Slowly I'm going to your program. So first we'll see what else we have today. So the first question is probability that it is Friday and that a student is absent is 3%. Since there are 5 school days in a week, the probability that is Friday is 20%. What is the probability that a student is absent given that today is Friday? So base rule, you know. So base rule, what is your base rule? Let me share my Jupyter notebook. So what is base rule? I hope my Jupyter notebook is visible. Or still I'm in my Gmail or your manual. What you are able to see now?
Ma'am, Jupyter notebook only, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay. So what is base? What is the formula? Quick. What is the formula of base rule? P of A by B is equal to P of B by A into P of B by P of A. The posterior probability, what you have here, the posterior probability, prior prior probability and likelihood probabilities. Do you remember are you able to remember this? Yes. Okay. Okay. So what is the question? How to solve that question? Can anyone? Now you know the formula, right? So how to solve it? So I hope everyone knows how to use the Jupyter notebook. Yes? Yes. So how to use it? Now how to solve the problem? Because we need to write the logic, right? Allow recording. Yeah. Madam, are you started recording? So I think you only asking me to allow. Divya, madam.
Madam, are you recording or do you want me to record?
No, I am recording anyway, but again, I
Okay,
got a
okay then.
request.
Yeah. No, I thought I have to record, so I was just trying to record.
Yeah, but anyway, it is going to store in your system itself. Whether
Okay,
I am
okay,
recording or
okay.
you are recording, it will be there in
Yeah.
your system itself.
Okay.
Okay, students. The first program. Where is my Jupyter notebook? Yeah. So how to do this one? The question is, again, I'll go through the question, and the probability that it is Friday. The probability that it is Friday. So that is what you need to solve. So you people are waiting for me to write the code. Yes? Or will you try?
Yes.
At least respond, students.
At least one of you take that responsibility to respond to what ma'am is asking.
So in the
Roll
question
number
itself,
1.
they have given the probability that it is Friday and that a student is absent 3%. That a student is, so one of variable value they have given. So what is that? P F is equal to, or I can take 0.03. So that is the question. So what is the question? According to the question, we need to develop the program. In the question itself, they've given that the probability that it is Friday and that a student is absent is 3%. Now that you want to display. Print the probability of the student. I'll copy it from there itself, from the question itself. The probability that it is Friday, that a student is absent. Student is absent, which is, so this one. So this is already given. I haven't taken from anywhere. I just taken from your question itself. And the second point is in your question, since there are 5 school days in a week, the probability that it is Friday is 20%. Since there are 5 school days in a week, the probability that is Friday is 20%. Okay. So now you need to write that one. PF is equal to 20% means 0.0. 0.2. So that also I'm printing. So I just want to copy. Probability that is Friday is 20%. Okay. Then the question is, What is the probability that a student is absent given that today is Friday? Apply Bayes rule in Python to get the result. Now, formula is P result is equal to PAF by PF. This is the formula. The probability that it is Friday and the probability that it is Friday and that student is absent. So the formula of Bayes rule is P result is equal to PAF by PF. Print. The same question I'm copying from there. Friday. PA. So in what and the answer is they asked in terms of percentage, right? How you are getting the percentage? So anyway, I got certain probability, but that probability I want to define in terms of percentage. P result yes, P result into 100. P result into 100. So I want to define even percentage. So that percentage also I am defining here into 100 percentile. So the code is clear. I hope everyone understood the code. So as it is, I have defined the things from the question. So whatever they have given, that we have mentioned in the code, and the formula is clear. And the result, whatever the result we got, that result in terms of percentage we want. So due to which, again 10 minutes more. Okay, due to which I have mentioned here P result into 100. And in terms of percentile, it want, so for that I mentioned here percentile. Then execute it. So maybe spell mistake. So what is the mistake? Quick. You all know this code, like Python rules and all.
Ma'am, in the first print statement, I think it should be small a.
Okay. Anything else?
And yeah, and that they are kept in chat.
Okay. So here you are saying, right? Yeah, right. Any more mistake? Any other mistakes? Here also I have mistake. P. Good. And P result here I kept R. Now execute. So this is what the simple program. Okay, debugging is also important. Now someone else is joining, but already it's time. Yes, capital, case sensitive. Very good. So this is very small code, right? It's very simple also. Hardly 3 lines. Whatever they have given, we applied that in the formula. Finally, we got the result. The same result we are expecting in the question. Now, shall we go for the second? Extract the data from database using Python. Extract the data from database using Python. Shall we do this? Yes. So all of you, please open your MySQL. Okay, I need to reshare. MySQL is visible. So I hope you are here. And whatever the password you are giving here, no, you need to remember the password. Whatever the password you are giving here, that password you need to remember. Definitely you need to remember, because in the code you need to write again these passwords. So in MySQL, open the yours. So everyone should be in this page. I hope everyone installed. So how many of you are in this page? Simply click, check here MySQL and search. And like MySQL 8. Mine is MySQL 8.0. Command line client you need to click on, and it will be open this particular page. And it will ask you to enter the password. With that password, if for example, if the first time you are opening this, means it will ask you to create the password. You need to create the password, and that password you need to remember. Are you here? Except I think Anusha. Remaining all, I don't get any answers from your end. It is very important. Without MySQL, you cannot. Even you cannot execute this kind of code in your Google Colab also. At least I'm getting few answers from the participants. Okay. Now, you need to create. So, few steps we have applied. So, what we have applied? We have downloaded MySQL Workbench, and you have installed MySQL Workbench. And what you have to do in your Google Colab, in your Jupyter Notebook, you need to install this one. I'll write the command. This is the problem with the Zoom. Every time I need to share. Okay. So see here, pip install PyMySQL. Pip install PyMySQL. Execute it. First come to go like your Jupyter Notebook and install. Pip install PyMySQL. Python MySQL. Maybe it's already I have installed in my system. Maybe it may take few little time in your system. So after putting this, go back to your SQL page. Come back to here. So it will install automatically. Come back to here. So after coming here, now you need to write create, capital letters, create database. Create database. So this should be capital letters. I think in my system, I have college. You can, okay, I'll go for college one. You can create college. Create database. College one. Create database college one. You started creating the database. Now, sorry, I think I forgot here semicolon. That is the problem. Okay. Create database college one. You need to put semicolon. The statement executed. In MySQL, go for create database, create and database completely capital letters. And the database name I have given here as college 1. First, you are creating a database, and in that few attributes, few rows you are creating, and after creating this rows and attributes, so once you have created a database, this database you are connecting to your Jupyter notebook, and you are extracting the data there. In Jupyter notebook, you are extracting this data. So that is how you need to understand how we are connecting the database with the Python. So thinking this, they have added this particular question in your syllabus. And the second point is here is you need to create data like your table. How we are going to create means now so capital letters use okay. Is this visible? Yes. MySQL is visible, right? Quick. One of you unmute, please tell me MySQL is visible or something else is visible. MySQL visible to everyone, right? Okay. Use, sorry, college, create,
Done.